Ladies and gentlemen, you woke up today. That's already a victory. Don't overlook that. You opened your eyes, and that breath in your lungs, that's your cue, that's the sign. See, I don't care what yesterday looked like, or how broken things might seem around you. I care about what you do right now, not later, not next week. Right now, because here's the truth. Every second you're breathing, you've got a chance to change your story. You say you're tired, you say it's hard. You say nobody understands. You say you weren't given the same chance, that they had more help, more connections, better circumstances. You say your past keeps coming back, won't leave you alone. You say the mountain's too high, the road's too long. You say it's not fair, and I hear you, but let me ask you this. What's your excuse? What's stopping you from standing up and saying, I'm not done yet? What's stopping you from pushing back against the voices telling you to quit? What's stopping you from grinding like your life depends on it? Because let me tell you something. Your life does depend on it, not just the breath in your lungs. I'm talking about your life, the kind you were born for, the kind that makes your blood run hot and your heart beat heavy, the kind that was designed just for you. And every time you hesitate, every time you back down, you step 1 inch farther from the version of yourself that's been fighting to get out. So I ask you again, what's your excuse? See, everybody's got a reason why they didn't do it. Everybody's got a story, a scar, a struggle. But not everybody has the courage to say, I'm gonna rise anyway. Because it's not about what happened to you. It's about what you do with it. It's not about the pain. It's about the purpose you pull out of that pain. It's not about how many times you got knocked down. It's about whether you had the guts to get back up with fire still in your eyes. I've seen people with nothing turn that nothing into something because they believed it was possible. I've seen people crawl through hell with nothing but hope in their pockets and come out the other side with steel in their spine. You think life's just gonna hand it to you? You think you can show up halfway, do the minimum, and get maximum rewards? No, sir, that's not how it works. You gotta want it bad enough to sweat for it. You gotta want it bad enough to cry for it. You gotta want it bad enough to bleed for it. You want respect, earn it. You want success, work for it. You want peace, fight for it. Because nothing worth having comes easy. And anything you didn't fight for, you won't value. That's just truth. What's free is often forgotten. But what you bled for, what you stayed up nights for, what you sacrificed for, that becomes part of who you are. That becomes unshakable. That becomes sacred. Don't tell me you don't have time. You make time for what matters. Don't tell me you're too busy. You've got the same 24 hours as the greats, as the legends, as the builders of empires. The difference is how you use it. You're scrolling while someone else is studying. You're sleeping while someone else is building. You're doubting while someone else is daring. You're waiting for perfect conditions while someone else is starting with nothing but a dream and the guts to chase it. What's your excuse? Is it fear? Is it failure? Is it the voices that told you you'll never be enough? Let me ask you this. When did you stop believing that lie? When did you let someone else's opinion become your truth? Because you weren't born scared. You weren't born defeated. Somewhere along the way, someone made you feel like you were small. Someone told you your voice didn't matter. Someone told you to stay in line, play it safe, don't reach too far. And you know what? They were wrong, dead wrong. You were born with purpose in your bones. You were born with fire in your belly. You were born with a calling that only you can answer, and every time you ignore it, every time you say maybe later, every time you say I'm not ready, you're silencing the very thing that makes you you. Let me tell you something, and I need you to hear it with everything you got. You will never be ready. You will never feel 100%. You will never have all the answers, all the resources, all the confidence. You will never have perfect timing, so stop waiting for it. If you've got a flicker of hope, move. If you've got a whisper of a dream, act. If your heart's beating and your lungs are working and your legs still move, you've got no excuse not to fight like hell for what you believe in. You want comfort or you want change because you can't have both. You want sympathy or you want strength because the world's got plenty of people feeling sorry. What it needs is warriors. What it needs is builders, dreamers, doers. What it needs is you. but only if you're willing to stop making excuses and start making moves. Every person you admire was once a beginner. Every icon you look up to was once invisible. They didn't start with applause. They didn't start with a platform. They started scared. They started shaky. They started uncertain. But they started. And that's the difference between people who make history and people who only watch it happen. You want to be remembered. Do something worth remembering. You want to change the game. Show up like you were made for it. You want to silence the doubt, outwork it, outlast it, outgrow it. Let your grind be louder than your excuses. Let your actions speak so loud you don't need to say a word. Because here's the truth, and it's as raw as it gets. The world owes you nothing, not a single thing, but you owe yourself everything. You owe yourself the effort. You owe yourself the discipline. You owe yourself the belief, the focus, the patience, the sacrifice. You owe it to that younger version of you who used to dream without fear. You owe it to that future version of you who's waiting to live the life you're building today. So when you feel the pressure, good, that means you're getting close. When you feel the fear, lean in, that means it matters. When you feel like quitting, remember why you started. Because excuses don't build legacies. Excuses don't write books. Excuses don't raise champions. Excuses don't change lives. You say you're waiting for the right moment, waiting for the stars to align, waiting for the right support, the right tools, the right words from the right person at the right time. Let me ask you something. What if that moment never comes? What if everything you need is already in you, but you're too afraid to use it because you're waiting on something outside of you to give you permission? Permission, you already have it. You woke up. That was your permission slip. Now move. You think life is fair. Life's not fair. Life's never been fair, but it's just. You reap what you sow, not what you hope. Not what you post about, not what you cry about, what you sow. If you put in discipline, you get results. If you put in excuses, you get regret. You get the life you build, not the life you wish for. Don't get me wrong. Life will test you. Life will stretch you. Life will try to break you. It will take you to your knees and make you beg for a way out. But maybe the reason you haven't broken through yet is because you're still trying to go around the fire instead of walking through it. Maybe the lesson you're avoiding is the very one that'll set you free. Pressure makes diamonds, not comfort. Growth doesn't happen in the easy places. It happens when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when nobody claps, when nobody sees the late nights, the long hours, the setbacks. That's where champions are made. Not on stages, not on screens. In the shadows, when nobody's watching. That's when you decide if this dream is real or just something you like to talk about. Let me break it down for you. Life is going to demand a sacrifice. Time, energy, ego, sleep, comfort. Something's got to go if greatness is going to grow. You don't get to keep everything and level up. You don't get to hold on to your excuses and still fly. You've got to choose. Are you going to hold on to your story, or are you going to write a new one? I know the story you've been telling yourself. That you're too old, too young, too late, too broken, too far gone, that you missed your shot. That you're not smart enough, not strong enough, not lucky enough. But that's just noise. That's just fear wearing a mask. Let me tell you something. That fear you feel, it's not proof that you should stop. It's proof that you're right on the edge of something that matters. You weren't made to play small. You weren't made to just survive. You were made to build, to create, to shine. And when you doubt that, you insult the very breath in your lungs. Don't tell me what you can't do. Show me what you will do. Show me how you rise when it's hard. Show me how you speak when your voice shakes. Show me how you stand when your legs tremble. Show me how you keep going when every part of you says stop. That's power. That's courage. That's what separates people who live with purpose from people who just pass through. You know why most people never make it? Because they stop at the first sign of struggle, because they want the finish line without running the race. But the struggle is the price of admission. It's the toll booth you pass through on the way to greatness. Everybody wants the crown, but they don't want the weight of it. You say you want to lead good. Then show me how you carry the weight without complaining. Show me how you handle the pressure without folding. And if you fall, get up. I don't care if you fall 7 times or 70. Get up again, because every time you rise, you're building muscle you can't see yet. Every time you choose not to quit, you're writing a legacy. You might not feel it now, but trust me. Someone's watching. Someone who needs your story. Someone who will only believe in themselves because they saw you refuse to back down. You've got people depending on you. You've got generations in your bloodline waiting for you to break the curse, to rewrite the history, to build what they could only dream of. This isn't just about you. This is about everyone who comes after you. This is about planting seeds you may never see bloom, but planting them anyway because you understand the weight of your name, the power of your story. You've been through pain, good, use it. Pain isn't the enemy. Pain is the classroom. You just forgot to sit down and learn from it. Let it sharpen you. Let it strengthen you. Let it humble you. Don't run from the pain. Don't numb it. Don't bury it. Transform it. Let it fuel the fire that drives you to become more. Because if you don't rise, what's the alternative? You stay stuck. You keep repeating the same year, the same day, over and over again. That's not living. That's a slow death. That's existing, and I don't believe you were made just to exist. You were made to move mountains. You were made to shatter limits. But you'll never know how far you can go until you stop letting fear hold the map. Burn the map. Start walking. You'll figure it out along the way. Don't say you'll do it someday. Someday isn't real. Someday is a lie the comfort zone tells you, so you'll sit still. You've got today. That's it today. And what you do with this day determines whether you get to the next level or stay stuck in the same cycle. You want freedom, you want peace, you want power, then pay the price. Grind when you're tired. Show up when it's inconvenient. Keep your word when nobody's checking. Move with purpose even when the world seems to be sleeping on you. Because trust me, eventually the world will see. Eventually the world will hear. Eventually the noise you've been making in the dark will echo loud enough to shake the earth. But only if you keep moving. Only if you stop letting excuses be your answer to everything you were meant to become. What's your excuse?